getting closer. Perspectives start to change, things look a little strange as we get closer. Closer, growing closer. No need to be afraid, our troubles start to fade as we get closer. Together is a word we must learn to understand if we ever want to get to know each other better. Together is a word that holds tomorrow in its hand. Tomorrow's just another day to get together and get closer, 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 closer.
On today's Big Blue Marble, we'll go south of the equator to meet a young gaucho growing up on the pampas of Uruguay.
Mary Ellen Ronco is 13 years old and already the winner of scores of trophies in the show ring. We'll see her getting set to compete in the famous National Horse Show in New York City.
And we'll go to Belgium to meet a boy who translates books into Braille for the blind. Uruguay, South America. Like the western United States, it's a land of prairies, cattle, horses, and cowboys. Except here, the cowboys are known as gauchos.
Ten-year-old Lionel Lopez wants more than anything to become a gaucho. Today is a very special day because he is about to have his wish.
His father has just hired Domingo, the most famous rodeo rider in the country, to run his ranch and teach Lionel the skills he needs to be a true gaucho.
Lionel and his sister ride off to join a family celebration in honor of the occasion.
Por el repecho vienen llegando ya los ingleses. Hay una por el repecho vienen llegando ya los ingleses. Hay gritos en un idioma que nadie entiende, que nadie entiende. Apronten bien esas lanzas, nadie se duele, nadie se duele. Les sabe siempre que a ellos les duele, que a ellos les duele.
Llévala. Pasas para allá y después la pasas acá.
Lionel's lessons begin with Domingo showing him how to ride a bad-tempered horse.
¡Ábrele!
Now, with Domingo's help, he chooses a horse for his very own.
This will be a colt named, broken, and trained by him for his use on the ranch.
The experience will teach him many of the things he must know to become a fine horseman.
Adelante, patriotas, firme la carga, hasta limpiar el suelo de la resaca. Se hacen marineros, juntan las almas y apuntan a la hora de la esperanza. A la huella, el trigal canta y el trabajo no grita, viva la paz.
Other chores follow. The season's new calves must be branded. It isn't fun, but it's all part of running a ranch.
Riding a steer is good training for riding the spirited horse his colt will become.
Domingo shows him how to hang on with only one hand, gaucho style.
The best part of the day is riding the range at roundup time. It makes Lionel feel he is a gaucho already.
A la huella, el trigal canta y el trabajo no grita, viva la patria. La 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 la, la la la, y el trabajo no grita, viva la patria.
¿La reina también?
Bien, Lionel, bien, Lionel, bien.
Riding one of his father's thoroughbreds, he finds out what it's like to be in a race.
At the end of the day, Lionel and the other gauchos have a chance to relax.
No entiendo por qué formarse todos en fila, ahora se entretienen. No entiendo por qué formarse todos en fila, ahora se entretienen. Gritan como descosidos, ¿quién los entiende? ¿Quién los entiende? Toditos duros parejos, mirando al frente, mirando al frente. ¡Otro zapatero! ¡Bueno! ¡Pero para los gringos que se nos viene, que se nos viene!
And now, get pencil and paper and listen to Bluey.
Your pal is waiting somewhere, maybe far, maybe near, or maybe in the town of Cleveland, or a Casbah in Tangier, or perhaps in New York City, or Angel in Kathmandu. Why, your pal might live in Rio, not to mention Timbuktu. Your pal may wear a turban, a sombrero, or beret, or a Japanese kimono, or a kaftan, who's to say? And your pal might ride a dog sled, or a camel, or canoe, and he may live in a house of stone, adobe, or bamboo. So don't keep your pal waiting. Let him hear from you today. 'Cause all it takes is just a letter, and I'm sure you've lots to say.
Spotlight in the Garden. It's the climax of a year of horse shows in the U.S. the National Horse Show at Madison Square Garden in New York City.
This is not my first time at the garden. I was here twice before.
13-year-old Mary Ellen Ronco, the youngest competitor in her class, is trying for the National Equitation Championship.
The first time I appeared at the garden, I guess I was 9 or 10.
She'll be competing against blue ribbon winners from all over the United States. Like them, she began preparing for the National months before at home.
Home for Mary Ellen is Reading, Pennsylvania.
I began riding when I was 5.
Practice drills often begin at dawn.
I want you to get a little more snaffle. Remember at New York, I kept telling you to get snaffle?
Yeah.
Use it a little more and help raise his head. Now trot back halfway.
Her trainer is Beth Wentz of Simble Acres Farm. She's a patient teacher who can take a lot of the credit for Mary Ellen's success.
How many was that?
More than 4.
All right, now keep your hands up. Does it feel any different when you have your hands up like that? Well, just do it and get used to it. If you do it all winter, then maybe by next summer it'll just be natural.
You learn how to use your legs and your hands not to show, because that's one thing in equitation, not to make, to be quiet. Keep your hands and legs quiet.
Right leg. Can you feel that right leg jumping at all?
Yeah. And so most equitation horses listen mostly by your leg movements or your hand movements. You don't have to do it really a lot,
Back. All right, Mary, let's go out and try 1 figure 8 and see what it looks like, and then we'll come back in, okay?
Okay.
The first round competition is about to begin.
There, that's better. Okay, let me see from the front. Fine, and then put more lipstick on.
Smile when you go by the judge.
Yeah.
There's 13 in this row. They're going to in a minute. The hunters are coming out. But before she comes in the ring, she better start getting relaxed before she comes in so he doesn't. Mary Ellen?
Well, you gotta tell me where I can get you.
And you go in front of her, maybe come off the rail a little bit so you make sure you get a bunch of good passes, especially that first ring of your ring, because that's your better way. Things cool.
Right when they blow the trumpet, I don't know, it's a good feeling I get right when I'm going into the ring for the class, especially if it's a big show, like New York.
Madison will be number 19. Your 19 is now showing. Number 17 is on deck, and 25, 1 away.
The judge is looking for, well, you should be steady, and your hands and your legs should be steady, and you should have good horsemanship and be able to control your horse.
Now the judge will go down the line and check each rider on their position and style and line.
The suspense builds as the riders await the judge's decision.
These riders have worked very hard all year, polishing their equitation, working on their workout to finally make it here to the garden.
The pressure is almost unbearable. If anyone gets cut now, they lose their chance to become champion.
That's great.
Mary Ellen has survived and will go into the final.
Give them a little more juice.
You know the workout, know exactly what they want, and just do it naturally. And you'll come out all right.
And, oh, I know, on the rail, I think she wants somebody who sits up a little more. Arch your back just a little more and raise your hands, okay? You're letting him get his head down too much. If you raise your hands and drop back a little more, you won't have that, okay?
On the right diagonal.
Can you right lead?
You have it all down, Pat?
I guess.
Uh-huh.
Can a right lead? Stop back lead.
Uh-huh.
Trot right lead.
Okay, tractor's taking its final pass around, so fine harness, stand by, it'll be ready to do.
Now.
A little less than 10 minutes for good
I'm done with that.
About 10 minutes for the good hands,
Right lead,
finals.
stop.
Her second round begins. The advice has come to an end. Winning is something she must achieve on her own.
Cross your hands, cross your hands. Look through, start, turn. Stand, please stand. Good boy. That's good, that's good.
Despite her months of training, Mary Ellen has made a serious mistake and forgotten part of the workout. She has lost the championship.
And now your winner, number 22, Miss Carol Lee.
I didn't know until after I got out, and Beth goes, "You forgot to back." And then I go, "Did I?" Because I didn't even think about it. I forgot completely.
Do you think it matters that she wasn't working on the rail?
No.
There were too many in the ring.
Your posting without stirrups was good. It looks good from here. Now you can see your right leg. See, watch your foot. There's where you can see it.
She makes a spirited decision. Next year, she'll try again.
Well, I like to win, but I don't really mind if I lose, though.
Belgium is a tiny land, but the countryside is packed with factories, farms, and some of the world's most vivid flowers. There's much to look at in Belgium, but the blind can't see any of it.
Yvan Janssen is not blind, yet he devotes much of his life to helping those who can't see.
Yvan is 12, and he has learned to use a Braille printer, which punches tiny holes in sheets of special paper so the blind can read the marks with their fingertips.
Yvan spends his after-school time transcribing books into Braille so they can be sent to libraries for the blind.
Wilt je dan aan je voorhanden geven?
Ja, fijn werk, Jan. Top.
Dank u.
Yvan understands what it means to be handicapped, for his mother and father are both deaf. And he has learned how much fun it can be to share his skills and senses with those who need them.
Yvan, hoe is het? Goed. Ik ben juist aan je boek bezig.
Oh, ja.
Ik heb hem verder. Ja.
Ik heb ook een spel aangepast en dat heet Mijn Zerger niet.
He and a friend, a blind teacher in his town, have developed several board games for the blind to play.
En 6. Het werkt goed. Het is formidabel hoor, Yvan. Maar nu denk ik ergens aan. Je kent mijn witte stok? Ja. En dan? Dat is die kleine. Ja. Dus ik ga laten zien, want daar is eigenlijk niet mee te werken.
Yvan has also turned his ingenuity to the problems of the blind in other ways. People who cannot see must use canes to feel for obstructions, but sometimes those canes are too short or too long for certain situations.
Dankjewel. Ja, zo.
So Yvan built his friend an extendable cane with a special attachment that can be added whenever it's needed.
Kom binnen. Dag Yvan. Ah, dag Yvan. En, wat goed nieuws. Ja, ik heb de stok gemaakt. Ben je er al mee klaar? Ja.
People who see and hear the beauty of life around them too often forget what it must be like to live in the dark. But Yvan Janssen adds beauty to his own life and to the lives of others by bringing a little light to the blind.
Be with us next time when Big Blue Marble looks at something that's really deep.
We'll follow a teenage girl on an underwater adventure in the Caribbean Sea.
And next time, we'll meet a boy from Morocco who tries desperately to earn enough money to buy a musical instrument called a lutar. All this and more on the next Big Blue Marble.
Closer, getting closer. Perspectives start to change, things look a little strange as we get closer, growing closer. No need to be afraid, our troubles start to fade as we get closer. Together is a word we must learn to understand if we ever want to get to know each other better. Together is a word that holds tomorrow in its hand. Tomorrow's just another day to get together and get closer. Closer. Closer.